Hello trainers, Ganeto here, and today we're diving together into Open Great League with a little bit more space around us. So write me down in the comment section your feedback about your visualization on my video right here, because I think that we're gonna have some fun the following days with all that new overlay. So with that said, now let's see what we have going on for the team showcase, because we're gonna start off with Shadow Swampert up in front, Shadow Drapion, which is a must-have unlike Shadow Swampert at the back, while Mandibuzz will fit in there as an amazing closer. So overall, Swampert is gonna do pretty well against the meta, but in today's video we're gonna focus only on bad leads so that you can see how well you can manipulate even those bad leads towards your advantage. With that said, now let's see how well Shadow Drapion can do here, because we just said that unlike Swampert, you definitely need that Shadow on this Pokemon, and look at that, you definitely need it because you can do so down certain opponents that the regular Drapion cannot, and also with Aqua Tail you can do some really nice amount of damage as well on the Open Great League format. So right here we're just gonna return into the battle with Swampert, pressing immediately our Hydro Cannon, and now with only Trevenant remaining at the back, I really believe that they have nothing to throw, so they are just gonna forfeit this battle. Into the next one now, and we're having a Dartrix up in front. This Pokemon is kinda spicy for the meta, but still for my team is super problematic, especially up in front for my Swampert. We need to get ahead on energy for sure, but to do so we need first to overcome the obstacle of Clodsire. Hopefully for us we have here Aqua Tail, which can work so well for this matchup, and at some point we might be in a very good spot against Clodsire. Able to completely farm down here some extra crucial energy for our Drapion, and of course the crunch before they reach to their Mud Bomb to lower their defense. Another move is coming off, but this time from Quagsire, and I believe that a Mud Bomb will just seal the deal, but they reveal an Aqua Tail, which means that they might not have Mud Bomb at all. With that in mind now, let's see how this is gonna unfold, because I'm just gonna call it for the first one, not gonna be the Brave Bird, and instead I'm gonna throw my Aces. So here I have to respect the damage from the Brave Bird, and they are gonna throw it, which is pretty great for us, and now the RLAs will deal more than enough damage to finish them off after that debuff, and of course they're gonna forfeit this battle. Into the next one now, and we're having an Arctibugs up in front. So first we had Dartrix, now Arctibugs, and you can see that we're having kind of a very rough start on this video, and I can tell you from now that only it is gonna get much worse from here. So Arctibugs now is gonna get to the Dragon Claw, we need to block it, and after that very bad Aqua Tail that I threw before, now cannot even reach to the third move, which is kind of a big bummer. The Crunch at least took their shield out of play, but as it seems this Pokemon is getting super close to the Avalanche, they are gonna throw it, and all of a sudden we are in a pickle only with one Pokemon. Yes, I made a lot of mistakes here, and yes, I need to sacrifice my final shield on that Mandibuzz, and yes, they're gonna catch the move as well. So Clefable at this point is gonna be such a troublesome Pokemon, and you can see that if you are not gonna be careful, this team is definitely gonna punish you back, and this is not looking that great. Yeah, just gonna forfeit this battle, there is no reason at all to stay in anymore, and we're just gonna go on into the next one, because we're facing an Azumarill once again. Let's see if they have quite what it takes to finish us off in one shot, but first we need to block the following moves. So even an Ice Beam, which is not gonna knock out, is gonna put us super low, and we need Shadow Swampert definitely for the end game. So right here I'm just gonna overfarm a lot and then throw my Earthquake, and my opponent will block, which is pretty great. At this point all I want to do is to take the following Ice Beam and still survive with 1 HP and a dream for that final Earthquake to land, and of course they are not gonna get knocked out, so this is kinda good for me because I can farm one more extra Poison Sting worth of energy, and to my knowledge this one extra can be kinda clutch on some matchups. Now they're gonna throw their Zap Cannon, and you know what, I need to respect the damage, so by blocking here I can still guarantee that I can push a lot with my spammy moveset, and to be fair I'm expecting here a shield, but my opponent will do something weird and take the Crunch, so down goes Registeel. Now at the back they have Venusaur. They thought that Venusaur was their go Pokemon, but but it is not their go Pokemon, it is my go Pokemon, because as soon as I see it, I reveal my Mandibuzz and we can get that easy victory. Into the next one now, and we're having another bad lead. So Shadow Swampert pretty good up in front, but it cannot catch a break at all in the meta. However, whenever you get kind of a good lead, you're gonna be on a much better scenario, but all those bad leads have to somehow be turned around. Of course, Arctibucks was kinda bad before, but let's see how this one is gonna be unfolded, because here comes the big nuke and Clodsire has already done its job. I believe that they're gonna fall short to my Hydro Cannon here, but they do not care that much because Clodsire already took out my Drapion. They have the alignment correct on their side, but at this point we have kinda the upper hand against them with our Mandibuzz. So even against the Steelix here, we can somehow push a lot with those Dark Pulses, and all I want to do here is to at some point grab at least a shield out of this matchup. I know that Jellicent is getting super low, so they have to rely kinda on their Steelix at this point, even though we have a Mad Boy on our team alive and well. However, here we're just gonna get destroyed down by those Dragon Tails, by those Breaking Swipes, and those Dragon moves are also neutral, so we're getting extremely low. Right on the CMP, they're gonna press their next move. They can win it. To my surprise, I thought that Mandibuzz could win the CMP against Steelix, but as it seems it can't, and now Surf has to be respected from that Jellicent. And the Hydro Cannon is coming off. All I want to do here is to completely shield whatever they throw, farm down the process, and of course throw the just happened Hydro Cannon on that Steelix to grab the victory, and they know that, so they will back out. Into the next one now, trainers, and we're having Medicham up in front. This Pokemon is always troublesome because they can survive one Hydro Cannon with ease, so by charging up a little bit extra up to a point that we have at least an Earthquake ready to go, we can start baiting. And right after, on the CMP, we can throw the Earthquake on my opponent. They are gonna expect it though, to my surprise once again. I'm surprised a lot on this video, and Ice Punch will be undercharged. I do not want them to farm a lot of energy, and I'm getting a little bit of lag in the process, but it doesn't matter. So Ice Punch here is gonna do a lot of work against my Pokemon, but as it seems, right on the CMP, we're gonna get against that Alola Sandslash to our crunch. So the move can easily be taken here because we can keep the final shield for Mandibuzz, but I know that we cannot withstand the damage from those Powder Snows and at least the Ice Punch, and we cannot afford at all with our Mandi. So at the back, they have a Pokemon like Sableye, which makes a lot of sense. They definitely wanted a protector for that Sandslash for sure, and especially against the fighting type, so Sableye makes a lot of sense. Dark Pulse now for amazing damage output on that Sableye after we catch, of course, that return on our already dead Swampert, and at this point all we have to do is to get them to no HP with that Aerial Ace against that fighter, and of course Sableye will pretty much follow the same fate because we are above 50%, which means that the return will never knock us out and we can get that victory as well. Into the final one now, trainers, and let's see how this is gonna unfold because we're having a Pelipper, another bad lead for our Pokemon, and of course Swampert will be much better towards the end of the game, so it is not over yet, and that's why I like this Pokemon. On the Switch we're meeting up with a Steelix, and of course Aqua Tail here is gonna do a tremendous amount of work. One more Poison Sting, one more Aqua Tail in the process, and they're getting super close to finish us off. All I want to do here is to make them throw their energy. I know this is no Earthquake at all, and right after we can still get them to no HP with a potential Aqua Tail. To my surprise, yes, I said it once again, I must do something like a drinking game on this part. We're gonna see that Steelix is gonna take the move, then right after we're meeting up with that poor Medicham. So at this point we're just gonna try to catch one Psychic on the Mandibuzz. I was not that comfortable with that decision, but it happened, and look at that, what a surprise. Pelipper comes out of nowhere, and of course now Dark Pulse will be be blocked. They know that Pelipper is mainly their main way to go Pokemon, so they're just gonna protect it to the end of the world, I believe. And right here another move is coming up. I know they have a lot of energy to spare, so I want to respect the damage from that Hurricane, and in the process we managed to block a Weather Ball instead, so it doesn't matter. Aerial Ace now to finish off that poor Pelipper. Aerial Ace was a very nice update for the season, and now we need to get to that Hydro Cannon as soon as possible. So this is a race for the Medicham to farm us down, but as it seems they cannot do that, so all we have to do here is to go ahead and get to the Aerial Ace as soon as we can. Power Up Punch here can be kinda deadly to us, and before that final counter is registered as a damage output, we can get there to the move for the finishing blow and grab this final victory for this video. Thank you for watching, trainers, and for staying till the end. Just be sure to leave a huge like before you go, subscribe to the channel if you are new to my content, and with that said, once again I have 2 videos for you to check out. Feel free to check them out, and I will see you all into the next one.